Va salute. This is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
Gorilla kicks it off with a verbal grenade. No filter, no brakes, just truth unafraid. Docs needs 'em, he's shooting straight, dropping hot takes at a rapid rate. Mikey rolls in with a file so thick, knows your features, origin, and the politics. History buff with a dev's sixth sense, quoting gyro like it self-defense. It's Friday, we're bruised but alive, barely sane but we still survive. Push that merge, don't ask how, the Waltons on this circus now. PvP with a smile and a sucker punch, slides and jokes with a logic crunch. Laughs mid-load, chaos contained, but that last line of code, you're getting flamed. Then there's Germ with a side-eye glare, cynical takes floating in the air. Nice commit, he lies through his teeth before suggesting a rewrite underneath. It's Friday, we're bruised but alive, barely sane but we still survive. Push that merge, don't ask how, the Waltons on this circus now. So here's to bugs, banter and brawls, to teammates who roast while catching your falls. Same time next week, yeah, we'll be back, shipping dreams on a caffeine track.
Let's rock this joint!
Don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
And hello, everyone, and welcome to another Waltons review, where tonight we are reviewing the Season 5, Episode 18, The Hero. With me, I got Resolute Germ. How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you doing, Gorilla?
I'm doing pretty good. My Christmas gift to myself came in.
What was that?
And all I got this right here. Captain's pips and all.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's not no official TNG uniform or nothing because I can't afford those, but it's still a TNG uniform. And welcome, Sci-Fi Sit-Down. Welcome, welcome. And hello to Kevin C. Park Adventures. Welcome, welcome. All right, we ready to get through this episode here? Too bad PvP's not here for this one. This one, I think PvP will give this one an A.
Probably.
And I do got a piece of trivia for later in the episode here. All right, so it had been my grandmother's idea to bring out the first commemorative issue of the Blue Ridge Chronicle, but she was still in the hospital, and the job of organizing the event came to rest on my shoulders. I had expected wholeheartedly support of my community and my family. How wrong what I was. That doesn't sound right there, but
okay, yeah, that's not entirely fair. You had maybe one holdout.
Yeah. Did you think that was a dick in this episode?
You're kind of fuzzy on that. Can you repeat that?
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Gorilla?
They traded that dog good. Yeah, I heard partially what you said. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there seems to be a bit of a delay.
All right, I'll refresh yours.
In the meantime, while he refreshes, give a shout out to Sci-Fi Fifth Dan. He'll have a stream on his second channel, Old World Sorcerer Dan, after this, closing out the Reincarnated as a Slime series.
Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, you sound a lot better.
All right. Yeah, but I still think Jim Bob was kind of dick this episode. Yeah, but they got that dog trained probably into that treehouse there. I wonder how long they had to spend training that dog to do that.
A lot of dogs love to climb.
She's improving there.
I am liking that they've been including Grandma's illness in there. I think that was kind of a nod to the fans wondering how Ellen Corby was doing there, so they kind of inserted all this stuff about how she's doing in the hospital there. Well, she's sick away, but it's like how she was doing in real life.
Yeah, it's entirely possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Just give me 10 seconds.
Well, Gorilla has to go do something that CPS may not like, but is good parenting. Let's go through some
What
chats.
CPS won't like? What CPS won't like?
Oh, we don't want to know about it.
Oh, no, my unprofessional ass just forgot to grab a pop before I sat down. Welcome to the Tiny Sock. I don't even know if you have a channel, tell us about it. But anyhow, yeah, so they've just been giving that was just a nod towards the fans there, but also keeping in line with the show, which you would not get that nowadays.
Yeah, nowadays it'd be oh, we don't know this person.
Well, look at the Glee there when that one guy overdosed there. They did like a little like drugs are bad type thing at the back, but they could have rewritten that whole episode and had the character actually overdose of drugs and have the whole episode be kind of like a commemorative towards how drugs like tore apart their school and all that stuff. But no, they just gave him a 15-second little thing at the end. All right, so and Olivia's stuff. But she also, I don't know if how well she knew Ben, like, yeah, her and John were dating, but like, how much of the family did she hang out with before John came back from the war?
Not sure about Ben. She knew Grandpa and Grandma pretty well because she was living with them.
You think they were living together before the war?
They were married, and she had a kid, and at least after she had John Boy, she was living with Zeb and Esther.
Yeah, but doesn't mean that they were living in this house. I'll think of what moved in after the war, after Ben died, to keep Grandma and Grandpa company. And Grandpa, they started the sawmill.
Well, wherever Grandma and Grandpa were living, that's where John Boy and Olivia were living while he was at war. I can guarantee it.
Okay. Yeah, Grandpa's getting to the point where he can't wars anymore. There, but of course he's back when they. This was back when they actually had the drums and the bugles and everything. When he had the storm up. So what was it? San Juan Hill. He had to march up.
Yeah. Well, not him exactly. They put him back with the horses.
Yeah. Well, he always told about his charge up San Juan Hill. Charge! So they're talking about what day that they're celebrating, which I think that's just kind of like that's just like a local celebration,
Yeah.
not a national one.
Yeah, that'd be their version of well, we have something called good old days.
They did. Okay. Well, I lost my train of thought here. They did it for that small of a community. They actually had a lot of people serving the war.
Well, yeah, the draft was pretty all inclusive. If you had young men to spare, they took them.
Was World
Even
War
if you didn't
One
have
a
them to
draft
spare.
war? Was World War One a
Yes.
draft war?
Yes, it was.
Okay, I knew World War. Well, in World War II they had enough people, but I think they had a peacetime draft. But I didn't think they had one in World War One.
They technically had a draft in every war up until I believe it was after Vietnam. That didn't preclude the very large volunteer force, but they always had the draft active. And when it comes to the world wars, it was you're between the ages of 18 and 30, get on the damn boat.
And hey, JPRH1, how's it going? Hey guys,
Hey, JP.
You too. So they got the they did like soon. Did you catch that as soon as Ben got brought up that Grandpa just all suddenly just disappeared and went to go feed the chickens?
Yeah, memories he doesn't want to relive at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Here I did not think that was the first game. We found out today it wasn't.
You could, but
Oh, they're fixing Ep's car. Apparently, Ep doesn't know how to fix his own vehicle.
It's probably just gas or oil.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's gas, then that goes straight to Ike's here. Then they're actually trying to get records from the Hall of Records there, but apparently they only go back to 1925. He was trying to find information on the war, and the lady's like, "What war are you talking about?" Well, what war do you fucking think I'm talking about? But apparently there's a fire at the Hall of Records there, and it burned up all their records.
Yeah, that's always inconvenient.
You're telling me they only had one set of records and it's only in one place?
Well,
It
yeah,
sounds kind of
sure.
like the Epstein files. It sounded like kind of like the Epstein files. I bet you they're open there. There's a big old fire somewhere, and it's like, sorry, we lost all our records.
Well, they just needed time to print new ones. It takes the
Yeah.
FBI a
And
long time to write fiction like that.
And hey, Jay, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Pray for me.
Hey,
I'm
Jay.
suffering from a custard. Well, there's custards at Walmart there, Boomer. Go get yourself a custard from Walmart. And so, yeah, that's it. But Bushman for the records, or there was another place I can't remember off the top of the head, but I actually had a pretty good idea. He said go check F Bridges because I'm pretty sure F Bridges kept a bunch of files around, which I don't know why you would have. Oh, the Red Cross. I don't know how many records the Red Cross would have.
The Red Cross would probably have almost as extensive records as the U.S. military.
Okay.
Because they're the ones doing a lot of the treatment after the fact. They helped run the hospitals over there. They helped with the USO, or what was the version of the USO at the time. They also helped with transport back home and secondary care, because there was no VA at the time.
Okay. So check there. So he's still looking on. The app doesn't want to talk about it, but he says he got the records of all the crime. He just tells Jabba that's his. Well, this is pretty good.
Money worth anything?
I won't take it for sure.
If I flew over to Paris, could I buy anything there?
Now, did you keep like any of the foreign money you had when you went on your trip there?
Well, no, not really. But I don't really need that type of memento. I'm sure John just brought that stuff over as just like a keepsake or a memento. Say, oh yeah, I've been to France. Here, I got a coin.
Yeah.
Oh, you might be able to get a frog's leg and a couple snails.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
this is Daddy's, isn't it? Yeah. What's that for?
Makes you look like your daddy when he went off to war.
Now, does she just hate the idea that John went off to war, or is the fact that people she knew didn't come back from the war?
Both. She had to spend 4 years at home just waiting to find out if he got killed or not. All the time raising a son that she never knew if he'd ever see his father. She probably has worse memories of that time than John does.
Well, yeah, John was busy gallivanting around France there. We're still not sure if he has a French kid running around or not.
Well, if there's another war. Another war.
Nothing to be another war.
Yeah, but John Boy says that.
You listen to me instead of your brother.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah, who do you think knows more about what's going on? The guy who sits there and is researching the news and is hearing stuff all over the place, or especially the Rhineland's been invaded at this point. Austria has been taken over. Was this before or after the Sudetenland?
I'm not sure. Not exactly sure what time frame this is in 37.
This is 1937.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know the Rhineland in Australia or Austria has already fallen.
Yeah.
Nope, the Sudetenland has not been taken yet. Because the Sudetenland was basically taken over on October 10th, 1938, and the Czechoslovakia was invaded in March of 1939.
I'm sure Olivia of all that's going on. She just don't want to think about her sons all being shipped over to Europe like her husband was.
Yeah. And let's see, I got some custard fillers declared. Feel better already. Oh, that's good. Yeah, yeah. Well.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Yeah. Well, when you ignore this is where she's gonna be really upset here in a few years. Then if she's ignoring what's going on now.
This is Daddy's or Uncle Ben's?
Uncle Ben's.
Where are these letters to?
You don't think I'm going to put those on display?
Oh yeah, yeah. Olivia's not going to show their letters from John because those letters from John would make Hugh Hefner fucking blush.
Yeah, you think he would do a little bit less because you'd know that Grandma might get a hold of those.
Oh, I'll teach Grandma not to read stuff that's not addressed to her. There, that she'll get that's my boy from her.
Oh, you get that's a boy from Grandpa. But Esther was nosy all for the grandchildren, and during the entire series, you could only imagine how bad she was when it was her, Zeb, and her son's wife with a baby boy. She was deep into all three of their lives just to compensate for her two sons not being there.
Is that because they're good or bad?
If only just ask a question one way or the other.
All right, so yeah, now he's talking about that Bridges. He's wondering what I'm wondering if he's trying to wonder what F. Bridges is trying to hide, or like how many men really do want to talk about their war experience because everybody comes back changed from war.
Yeah, well, it's sort of half and half for the most part. So because John and pretty much everyone else he talked to wasn't really shy about talking about it, but Bridges was. So that's just how it works out.
Yeah.
They're all letters. Here come to some friends. You can read them if you want to.
Well, thanks, Grandpa. Did you ever notice how his writing looks like mine?
Oh, it surely does. Yes, it does.
He sure won a lot of medals. I know this one is the Victory Medal.
I don't suppose anybody would want me to wear this.
They're the Victory Medal she's holding up?
Yeah, and that would be a federal crime for her to wear.
It would be a crime? Why is that?
Unless you won that medal, you're not supposed to be wearing it in public.
Yeah, but she's like a granddaughter and all that. I don't think anybody would raise any fuss about the niece wearing it, to honor her fallen uncle.
Oh yeah, the kid would be free and clear. It's just people going to talk to John about it.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, the military takes that quite seriously.
Not even a Sunday school?
Let's try Elizabeth. And then she has a certificate of merit in the award he got long. Uncle Ben was proudest of that. He wore it the last time he come home on furlough.
I didn't think they sent him back to the States for furlough. I thought he could go anywhere that's behind the front lines. Then
If he got
they waste
wounded,
time sending him back to the States.
it was rare, but on occasion it may have happened, especially if they're there a little bit longer than the U.S. was public about U.S. troops being there.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those too. It's not like they have planes that could cross the Atlantic here just to send, or reliable planes that could cross the Atlantic there. They'd have to send them back on boat, and that takes a while. Like nowadays, I can see him set. Yeah, nowadays I can see him sending someone home in the back of a C-130 for like a week or two. But other than that, I don't see in like World War One especially, than sending them home for a week because they'd have to spend at least a week on the boat, a week at home, and then a week on the boat going back.
Yeah, if he got wounded, they'd let him go back for a little furlough. They're a little bit more open to those years that all the Americans were technically British mercenaries.
Yeah. And hey, FKHC, welcome. He goes early tonight. Yeah, we decided to go early there because I got a bunch of stuff to do. This will give Jeremy time to relax between streams. And welcome, Flame Warrior Golden. He goes, God bless and repent and believe in the gospel of Jesus Christ. He died for you, John 3:16, John 4:15. Hell is eternal, so death and suffering, Revelation 20:12, and Matthew 8:12. Jesus has a plan for your life. He wants to prosper us, and he wants to give us hope. In the future, he will leave us or forsaken. He will give us an eternal life. Hebrews 13:5, Jeremiah 29:10. There are over 500 witnesses that testify that Jesus died for what they knew was true. No one dies for a lie. We also found the tomb and the nails in it.
You're going to want to skip those.
We found it.
He's not going to stop.
Holy shit. Hey, Flame Warrior. I know. I appreciate the Bible verses there, but I know a great stream you could take this to. Go to the Expo. It's X-POSED there. And Salty will read all these there, but we're on a time crunch here with the Waltons. Yeah, I'm not sure here. Here, FKH. Yeah, we're on a time crunch here. We can't read all these Bible verses here. I do my Bible verses here a couple times a week, so. All right. So. And then I found Virginia second battalion.
Yeah.
The second division flag.
Or division.
Yeah, Grandma's looking for that. There. Hang out. Oh yeah, I forgot how to drive. But she about her. You ever notice they don't have her drive very much, even though they made a big deal about her getting a license?
Well, yeah, she doesn't need to drive. If John Boy's going, He would be the one to drive it. It's his car.
Yeah. And FKC, there's a reason I didn't really have time. We're 30 minutes into the stream here. We're only 10 minutes into the episode here. So this is where we meet Miss Griffith here.
Miss Griffith?
I'll take
He's getting her all the here.
That's right. Here we go.
Yeah, they're just searching through all. I'm trying to get
It's just the second division, at least for Virginia.
Thank you. Sure will be.
If I can be more assistance, I'll be right there.
Thank you.
Why didn't she hand it to him in the first place?
Well, the stack of books was big enough, and she probably had another stack to go through.
Yeah. So.
Let's see what we got here.
I don't think this is right either.
No? Well, this looks pretty good. This has got some stuff in it. Mama, wait a minute. Listen to this. The most celebrated soldier of the 2nd Division was a man from Washington County, Marmaduke Ephraim Bridges.
Now, I'm guessing Washington County was right next to Jefferson County. Or close
Probably.
to, since that ended up over in Walton's Mountain. But that must be a very old name, Marmaduke. Because I thought his middle name, Ephraim, was his first name.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the way he wanted it, too.
Yeah. And note this gal here's perked up here.
F. Bridges?
I bet it is. Critically wounded, decorated by General Pershing.
I can believe that about him. He's the kind of man who wouldn't say a word about it.
Sounds like you've made a strike.
F. Bridges. Well, that's what we call him. He's our sheriff.
I don't know. I kind of like the name Marmaduke.
Well, the comic strip kind
It
of
sounds
spoiled it.
kind of royal. Oh.
Nowadays, if you're named Marmaduke, you're named after a dog. Marmaduke is best known now for a comic strip.
Yeah. I didn't think anything at first with that lady there. But now they're helping for your open windows to that. And him and what's her name? Patsy?
I believe so.
Yeah, Patsy Brimmer, yeah. So she's like, you come save me? Yeah. You know, he's just kind of sure. He wasn't sure if he was going to save her or not. Too far, blah. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a loaded question. Would you swim out to save me? Yeah, but if you're far enough out, I might just take a boat. But all women ask crazy questions like that. That's just in their nature.
Yeah, she pretty much. Yeah. Now, I'll play a little of this here, but look at the names on these gravestones. Like, this Dennis, you'll have, like the Dennis McKellen there, but you're going to see names like the Ralph Aaron, Lawrence Dobkin, Harry Harris. You'll know that name. Robert Jacks and Earl Hammer are in this grave are on these crosses here. The one was assistant director, and there's directors and producers, and the series creator are all on these tombstones here.
Growing up with weeds. A lot worse off than when I was up here last. The crosses are all tilted. Ernie.
Yeah. So they're going through there. Yeah, it's a nice little touch that they. Yeah, there's that Lawrence Stopkin there. I think that was kind of a nice touch there. There that they put on those tombstones.
Yeah, it's a good way to get some credit for the off-screen people.
Yeah. And apparently they don't know where. So I'm guessing Ben got buried in a mass grave in France. There because they don't know where he's buried. Or did they do individual graves in World War One?
Really depends on how you died. The more gruesome it was more of fill in the trench. There's not enough parts to get a proper funeral.
Because I know in World War One they did each person got their own individual grave, or if it was a mass grave, they just line up the whole area with crosses, to make it look like they got individual graves.
There's some they couldn't even. There may have been a point where they couldn't transport the body back. Yeah, they're using some pretty bad mustard gas and stuff. It's we're not gonna mess with this. It's you and your friends are gonna just permanently inhabit this trench, and we're just gonna fill it in with gravel.
Yeah. Quit chasing the damn cat. Sorry. Yeah. So here we got this here.
What I can't figure out is how you manage.
I'm actually surprised that they let him take the newspapers home there. This is official records. There, I'm surprised they actually let him take them home unless copies.
Yeah, I'd probably have copies. And now that he knows what he's looking for, he can. That might be Ebb's copy.
Oh, okay.
Chateau handily took an enemy gun and decorated by both the American and French governments, Medal of Honor, Legion of Honor, Croix de Guerre, Distinguished Service Cross.
Yeah. A lot of rock quarries around there. Millstone, gypsum, and paving stone.
You talking about Chateau Thierry?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ebb doesn't want to talk about it, but he knows John Boy's not going to shut the fuck up until he does tell him about it.
A big cathedral there from the 15th century, I guess. That's what they said. No hand, but my buddy said it was very tasty. White it was. White wine.
I don't know. I don't like white wine. Or white wine's actually pretty decent. I'm more of a Moscato and rose wine.
Yeah, so this is back in the day where
Epps looks like a beer drinker.
Outside of France, he probably hasn't seen a bottle of white wine in his life.
Oh no, he said he wasn't much of a wine drinker.
Yeah, because it's quite rare back then. 1937, you can't exactly go to the corner store and pick up a box of wine, let alone a bottle of fancy white wine.
What? Yeah.
Boy, I wish you'd just leave it all be, can't you?
All it means is that we're going to know something more about a man we already trust and admire very much. That's all it means.
But that was another man and another time.
Mama, Grandma, and a bunch of the ladies, they're looking forward to having people out there some men to the war. And I'll tell you, if any of those medals are lying around, I sure would appreciate being able to use just the medals.
He's like, fuck. Maybe I should just give it to him.
Yeah, he's already decided. You just look how fast he got that box. He had that ready for John Boy.
Well, he knew John Boy wouldn't stop pestering him.
What?
Hear that? He just had it sitting in his desk there. Keep them all together.
Oh, yeah, he got it down to second here at about Donner Day.
Who's this?
That's me when I was a year and a half and no wisecracks.
Yeah. Do you think this is bringing back bad memories for him? The way he's looking?
Pretty much guaranteed.
But I will. One thing I will say though, we were there. Even the guy who played Up Bridges there could act with his eyes just as good as Ralph Waite could.
Yeah, it's a lost art.
Yeah, people need to bring that back. Acting with your eyes.
Yeah, it'd help if they stopped with all the damn Botox.
It can't all be Botox. I just think it's not an art style taught anymore.
You've been keeping this all to yourself, huh?
Well, you make it sound selfish.
Some people would say it was.
There's no glory in it, John Boy. There's no glory.
Yeah, these medals represent honors given to you by your country.
But doesn't it deserve honored for killing somebody?
I wonder how many soldiers feel the same way like Epps did after the war. Felt like it's kind of like just hoping the war would end. It's just kind of like pointless for them to be fighting, especially since they don't know the people. Does that make sense of how I said that?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably a good even mix.
Huh? Yes, little man. They may sound so right when they say, cleaned out a gun emplacement, single-handed. Do you know what a gun emplacement is? Have any idea? You think it's concrete and sandbags and a gun behind it?
Well, nowadays it is. Because I'm pretty sure we got weapons that'll fire themselves there, like AI weapons. Kind of like how we got drones now, manless drones. Like they can sit there and shoot someone from half a world away.
No. No, John boy. It's men like me and you. I saw their faces when I crawled up there out of the mud. They were tired and they were scared. Old men, kids, who just wanted to get through the war alive. Wanted to go home.
I wonder who did the music for this episode. That's some damn good music. Accompanying his story there.
Yeah, it's their standard drama music. It's been in dozens of episodes so far.
I still like it.
Yeah.
So I pulled a pin and I threw it. And I didn't feel anything when I did it. After all, that's what I was sent there for, right? And the grenade exploded. And I was hit by some of the pieces from it, shrapnel flying. And the only thing I remember, cries from the men inside.
So basically, he's been haunted for 19 years of that memory. Yeah, actually having to hear the men that he killed, hearing their voices.
Yeah, that's something to live with for 19 years.
See, John boy, you've never heard him scream, his arm blown off, or a man with half a pound of lead fragments in his stomach. And I tell you, those sounds, they stay with you in nightmares for years. So maybe now you see why I didn't want to have it remembered.
Yeah, but sometimes it's always good to talk this shit out. But I suppose back then they didn't have any of the help they'd have nowadays for veterans. Nowadays the veterans can actually get some kind of help, but I don't think they had that back then for them.
The Red Cross would probably give them a small little stipend.
Why the Red Cross? Shouldn't that be the government's responsibility? Is the government's the one that wanted to go to war?
You'd think, but the Red Cross was the one collecting donations and basically paying appearance fees for stuff like that. If it wasn't all done on volunteer basis.
Okay.
They essentially functioned as a part of the Department of War. They were the VA of the time, basically.
I guess maybe if you weren't there, you can't really understand how it was.
Yeah. That's about it.
All right. That was a damn good scene. Bridges and John gets all the things there. He goes right along to this lady here. Apparently, she had some. She's had a wrench and then tools, blah blah. That she knows about cars. But would the Red Cross, would the lady from the Red Cross really learn that much about cars during the war?
Secondhand, yeah. She was literally driving them and riding around them every day for several years.
I suppose they'd have to keep the cars on the road there. So anyhow, there's broken, like there's the carburetor that needs to be replaced, and they're gonna head back to his place there on Walton's Mountain. She learns she was in the hole there.
Still can't picture you with. Holy lot.
He was a lot like you. Red-haired, smart, full of ideas.
Can't picture you with a brother.
Ben and me were like you and John Boy. When I was little, I looked up to him a lot. Pa wasn't much for whipping us kids. He was too soft-hearted. So whenever I stepped the line, Ben gave me a whipping.
Yeah, but who gave Ben the whipping when Ben needed the whipping?
He needed a lot less whippings once John came along.
Yeah, but they.
That's till I got big enough to whip him back. We were real close, Ben and me.
Why did you and Mama call me after him?
To keep his name alive, to honor him.
That makes me feel kind of special.
It should, son.
Okay, so I can understand John Boy's name being named after John there, being the first child there. But why wouldn't they name Jason Ben there instead of, to honor his brother?
Well,
I've always kind of questioned that there.
They had the first few picked out. John was obviously John's pick. And I'd say Jason may have been a pick for Olivia's side of the family.
Oh,
then they went with the next boy up.
Yeah, because I always thought Ben would have been more at the top of the list there. Too close to Ben's dying to name the kid after him. That's a distinct possibility. They were pumping them out one after another.
Yeah, after they got over that big gap with John, and then the others came right in succession.
Yeah.
The memorial is big, like the Washington Monument and all the statues on the Bulletin Ribbon.
No, your memorial doesn't have to be big. It's not size. It's something that lasts, something of enduring value.
See what you mean. Thanks a lot, Daddy.
So that just gives Ben an idea there, because we got a lot of those small. A lot of people will pay a couple $100 having the name memorial benches and stuff around, or the big money to have halls named after them. So this lady comes along, then
Bridges there.
Ma'am?
Oh! The first time I thought you were dead.
So what are the chances that the lady that patched him up was so close to him that she could come visit him, but yet far away enough to know that he's around, not to know he's still around?
They have pretty good They didn't, even in World War One, they didn't tend to break up the ranks too much.
Yeah, but she's Red Cross. He was Army. They're like, there, unless they kept all the people from Virginia close to the Virginia divisions, and all the New York, next to the New Yorkers.
Quite possible. Because remember, the last real big war before this, places like Virginia and New York were on opposite sides. So they weren't really comfortable with mixing people until probably after the Second World War.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Boomer says, John Boy is a pain in the ass. Yeah, he could be. Ralph Waite served in the United States Marine Corps, became an ordained minister at the Presbyterian Church and the United Church of Christ. Yeah. Actor John Crawford appeared in over 200 movies and TV shows combined in the career that spanned over 40 years, usually cast as tough or as a villainous character. Which one's John Crawford here? That's not Sheriff Briggs, is it?
I don't think
so. Yeah,
so.
that's Sheriff Briggs. Yeah, it is Sheriff Briggs. That's who he's talking about. Crawford co-wrote a screenplay of the film The Ballad of Cable Hog, 1970, directed by Sam Peckinpah. Cool. All right. They recognized each other, flirted. Apparently almost died. She patched him up, and then he got sent to a different hospital, blah, blah, blah. I think we knew about his wife passing away there, but we do learn that he has a couple of kids also. They're all grown up now. Well, let's see, his sister. Yeah, Jimbo wants to go talk to him, but they're just kind of here. They're playing matchmaker now. They're just talking, but nothing we cover. It's basically just a bunch of small talk. So they fix their car, blah blah blah. They look at each other, blah blah blah. Yeah, apparently he has to go all the way to Charlottesville for the what. What's a floater and a carburetor? I didn't know carburetors had floaters.
I haven't heard of it. That must be something old.
Okay. Because I've never heard of a floater and a carburetor. This is my first time hearing about it. So, blah, blah, blah. And she wants to keep... John Boy invites her over because he wants to ask her a bunch of questions, but Olivia wants to keep her around the house there for some damn reason. Did you ever wonder? Did you ever figure out why she wanted to keep what's her face here at the house instead of going to Charlottesville to pay for the part?
Oh, she wants to hear about Marmaduke.
Carbs have floats. Well, I didn't know that. I've never had that to tear apart a carburetor.
It's been 26 years since I had to tear apart a carburetor.
So, she was over in Richmond. I didn't think they went all the way to Richmond.
Yep. County records were gone, so I had to go to state.
John Boy have with myself. And John Boy doesn't want and you're living spying on Jason, and Ben's working on tells her to go, that they should go do their damn chores, blah blah blah. You know what we're working on, but why is she peeping through the door when the new shop there that he's working in has windows?
That better angle, I guess.
Windows. We see the windows. Yeah.
So she's not tall enough to look into the window.
So we find out there that so at Epsil there's 14,000 blah blah blah, and they're cross blah. That's an old ass helmet right there. So now they're kind of showing off the medals and stuff. All the stuff they got some from. They got stuff all over the place. Apparently, Kurt's family was in the war, and he brings all the chest. You got shit from the Baldwin ladies, which I didn't think any of the Baldwins would have been in the first war. Now, the general, the judge, he might have been from the Civil War.
I'm sure the Baldwins have cousins and nieces and nephews and far-flung relations.
Just a sec. All right. So, Grandpa was wishing Esther was here. You could tell this was meant to be a heavily. They did a lot better job with this because it seems like this was supposed to be somewhat of an Esther episode, but they did a good job working around her not being here. Unlike last week, they just slapped together a bunch of shit. But I suppose this is they had more time to work into the story with Esther not being there versus last week.
Yeah, and certain stories do lend themselves to be easier to patch up.
Yeah. They bring out the thing here, and I didn't look at it. They didn't. They go up, plot, and they're all looking at it, smiling, and they're telling them good job that how he made it and all that stuff. And I thought that this is when they're going to reveal the bench there, but they didn't. I was like, oh, they better show us the other side of that fucking bench before that episode's over. I wasn't sure if they're going to show it or not, but I kind of like how they did.
Well, yeah, they have to have the tease.
So. Then here, she's just talking about she's gonna be here for a couple more days. It would be nice it only earned her a nickel to stay. And apparently, they made an excuse for Cora not to be here, so they didn't have to pay that. A little bit. I don't know about you.
You kind of scrambled there for a minute.
I told you that.
Do you know who Mata Harry was?
What?
You're kind of scrambling there a bit.
What was that, Jerm?
You're scrambled a bit. You should be okay if we get through this quick enough. Or maybe not. Just a reminder, this Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific time, we'll be doing a Landman watch-along on my channel. Episode 7 of Season 2.
Let's see if this works.
Oh, you sound better now. See it when you open up the shared screen.
Oh, I can already tell you this tab's running slowly. I'm gonna work on my computer here after the stream here. See if I can get that security thing to go away for Sunday. And boom, the Spanish American War. Oh, we didn't. Grandpa was in the Spanish American War there. The only reason I brought up the Civil War was because the Baldwin ladies, they're older than Grandpa, and their father probably served in that one.
Okay, canonically we know that the judge did serve in the Civil War, so did Zeb's father.
I'm trying to pull up X here. You got the Boomer sent me something. You want to see Uncle Ben's memorial? Sure.
Is it YouTube safe?
Yes.
Oh, this is good. I think you have to close out the
stupid name.
You have to stop sharing the video before you can share the other one.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just waiting for X to get. So you're gonna get a sneak peek here at the real Uncle Ben's memorial. Oops. Here is your Uncle Ben's memorial. It closed out. There we go.
He served the country well with brown rice.
So there you go. Yeah. Well, you ever notice though that they got rid of the Indian they was getting rid of Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben's gone, the Indian lady on the Land of Lakes Butter's gone, but yet they kept the Quaker guy.
Yeah, who's the real racist?
And you know what that land? Yeah, and you know what gets me? They're saying that the Indian on the Land of Lakes thing was really racist, right? But you notice that they got rid of the Indian and kept the land.
Seems to be a pattern with them.
Yeah. But yeah, so they can get rid of the Indian and keep the land, and that's just fine. That's not a problem right there. All right, so back to the Waltons here.
Hand me the wrench.
Spy. Jim Bob. I know there's to be refreshments at Saucy Clarence.
What about it?
Will you promise faithfully to have your refreshments with me?
Now she's just tested the boy.
Yeah. And he's just a bit too stupid to know what's going on.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello there.
What was that, Jerm? You cut out me.
Jim Bob's just a bit too stupid to realize what's going on.
Yeah. You might have to learn how to dodge a wrench here pretty damn soon. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Oh, it's just
I
practice
left
for
him.
him. He'll be able to dodge the Germans.
So, but yeah, basically, she just fucking leaves, stops out, leaves. He has no idea why the fuck she's upset. They go for a ride and stuff. All right, so yeah, they're just going for a ride. I think they just they're just not actually driving. They just got the rotating screen on the back.
Yeah.
Where the girls who used to.
So they get music here, and they go around. And John Boy's talking about the war there. Patsy wants nothing to fucking do with him there. They're all admiring the stuff there. I'll play this thing with that Bridges. Might as well. We played half the story.
John Boy.
Well, I think it all turned out to be worthwhile, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you pestered me the way you did.
And I hope you're not too uncomfortable being out here.
No. It got a lot of memories out in the open and aired them out.
Good.
I feel good about it.
Well, I'm glad.
Now, does he really feel good about it, or is he just trying to get John Boy to shut the fuck up?
He met a woman that he thought he lost 19 years ago. He's pretty much okay with whatever happened. A little bit of discomfort is well worth getting that flame back.
Then, too, if you hadn't stirred all this up, I might never have known that Sarah was living over in Richmond.
Yeah, she's quite a gal, isn't she? I'll tell you one thing, the family's a liking to her. Be nice to have someone like that settle down around here, wouldn't it?
Well, you never know, John Boy.
Now, would she settle out around here, or would that move to Richmond?
Hey, Dad, where's Buddy at?
I don't know. I was supposed to be babysitting him. Yeah. So, but did they ever say whether or not she settles down with that?
They didn't mention it.
Okay.
I think they're intending her to be a reoccurring at this point.
Okay. They're sitting there playing music. They're sitting there talking, sitting there. Or Okay, I got Circle of Death. Well, I got Circle of Death. They screwed Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima in the Land O'Lakes scale. Bullshit. Yeah, it was. Did your kid say where's Buddy or where's Bugs Bunny? He asked where's Buddy. Yeah, Addie, because he doesn't like Jethro's name, so he calls him Buddy.
It's just that to me, Jeff was just kind of a buddy.
Yeah, he was talking about. He's asking where the cat's at.
Well, if that cat's smart, he's hiding under the house.
All right, so we get John Boy's speech here.
Good afternoon. To all of our friends here, I would like to speak for my grandmother, Esther Walton. You all know that this honor day was her idea, and I'm sure she'll be very pleased and very grateful that you've all showed up. There are some young men from Jefferson County who give their lives in the Great War who do not lie graveyard. They lie somewhere in France.
Now, I got a question. Wouldn't it be a little tacky having a party in a graveyard, even though it's to honor those men that are supposed to be in that graveyard?
No, it should be in the graveyard.
Yeah, I was thinking that was a little tacky.
No, this is basically laying them to rest with where they belong. They don't actually have their bodies, so they have a memorial for them.
Okay.
But their memory remains here. Along with these other young men who gave the ultimate sacrifice to their country in the last war. Thank you.
I'm going to try to get to the bench here. So they get here. They want to show Grandpa something. Hey, what was it that she gave Grandpa anyhow? They never did mention that.
I believe it was a photo, supposed to be a photo of Ben.
Okay. And I like that what Ben made here. I guess the Waltons Mountain only lost 4 men in the war.
That may be the ones that they couldn't recover.
Okay.
Yeah, you Jackson. Jackson, just so you know, fuck you.
Oh. In memory, Ben Walton, Lester Cardwell, Willie Wister, and our Penders. Lest we forget. Lester, I love you, but
Yeah, so we got that. I don't think they really mention this for. They take a family photo next to it, the whole thing there. So now we move on to our epilogue. We are grateful for the success of Honor Day and to Grandma for suggesting that first commemorative issue of the Chronicle. But my brother Ben, his memorial bench will always be best remembered. The bench is still there for all the Waltons and all the others that came to remember those who gave the best they had. And for Ep and Sarah Griffin, there was a rekindling and a new beginning that Jim Bob didn't grow up first. All right. Yeah, but that bench is only going to last as long as until someone actually is actually taking care of it.
Well, I'm sure Zeb will be there at least once every couple weeks.
Yeah, but once Zeb passes,
There'll always be others.
yeah. So, while I had the polls, what do you give this episode?
I gave it a solid A. We get Sheriff Bridges, a good storyline for once. Possibility of a reoccurring character. The story was very well written. The only part I didn't like was Jim Bob and Sarah's interaction. They tried to make it that he was more interested in her, but it was the dialogue, the way they wrote it was he was interested in all the cars and all the vehicles that were in World War One. So it really didn't quite fit. So
Okay.
it got kind of meshed up wrong.
Okay. I really like this episode. We got some great well, what was your actual initial grade?
A.
A?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I love this. We got a lot of backstory we got some more backstory with Ben there. Then we did get a lot of backstory with Ed Bridges there. They had a nice flow. They're quick to rewrite it without grandma there. They did a good job actually rewriting it, because this one you could tell this was supposed to be a heavy grandma centric episode because this was all grandma's idea. So you know that she'd be leading the charge versus they having to work around her being gone and stuff. So I'm giving this an A plus. This is the top tier Waltons. This is the Waltons I remember. This is the Waltons I would suggest out there. This is top tier stuff.
Okay.
And I got one poll ended on the vertical thing here. We had here to hear stupid shit from girls random thoughts 56%, A plus A minus 0.2%, B plus 11%, and C plus C minus got 11% out of the 9 votes. There.
A good turnout.
We got that on that one. And on 4 votes here on the horizontal here, it's 100% with 4 votes of here to hear stupid shit from girls random thoughts. So
an overwhelming
well,
victory.
thank you everyone for
once
being
again.
Here. Yeah, sit down. Do you want to put your link in the chat there for your stream coming up? Jerm, what do you got going on?
Sunday we'll be covering a new episode of Landman for watch party at 4:00, and then next Saturday be back with the Saving Star Trek pre-show watch party, watching Enterprise. We'll have The Forge, starting the Vulcan trilogy for season 4.
Nice. As for me, Sunday, we will be watching Iron Man, courtesy of the Phantom Boomer there. As then on Tuesday, we'll have the Cigar Lounge. Thursday, we'll finally have Twilight. Wait, Thursday is the New Year's Day, so we might not have Twilight Zone. We might do New Year's Day. So we might have, or I might do something Wednesday with New Year's Day. We're working on something here. Then next Friday, we'll have the Waltons episode, The Inferno. That's the one where John Boy witnesses the Hindenburg explosion. And here is the link for Sci-Fi Sit-Dan's stream here. Any closing thoughts there, Jerm?
No, just check out Fifth Dan's stream coming up in just a little bit.
Yeah, so with that, everyone have a good night, and just remember.
Look, here's the thing.
Fine. Listen,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded. In that.
Thanks to you, we climb so high, together reaching for the sky. With every voice and every sound, with the gorillas hear us pound. So raise your hands and feel the vibe. To every listener, you are tried.